quarterback.
Oh, there's a goal.
The NFL, in their endless quest for money, will be trying to pursue new avenues to generate that sweet, sweet income. We've already mentioned the TV contracts generating billions and more revenue, but they know a big way to do this. Add more games. They already did it with the 2 extra playoff games, and the results showed for themselves. Player safety, that can take a back seat. The glory of the 17th game is at their fingertips. Another week of television ratings? Another week of stadium revenues? We know the owners will most likely approve of it. All for that glorious dollar. And we're going to eat it up because it's the NFL. Long live the free market, baby! Dallas is in a huge quandary. They have a gaping hole that needs filled, and it's in the form of Dak Prescott. Last year showed that he was far more important to the offense than the Cowboys ever envisioned, and the time has come to pay him what he's due. He may be coming off a severe injury, but it might have been the best thing to happen for his wallet. Jerry Jones has remorse, and he unloaded a dump truck of cash in his front yard. Over $40 million per year, $126 million of it guaranteed, setting the record for most guaranteed money in a contract. My God, when Jerry goes big, he goes hog wild. So, what the hell do you do with the rest of the roster? The price of Dak goes beyond what he's paid. With all the big contracts Dallas has handed out as of late, it may cost them in the future. Might end up being one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't deals. Sounds like Dallas. The New York Giants were a dropped pass away from making the playoffs last season. To that extent, Dave Gettleman knows he's fucked if the G-men don't show results, so the plan is to splurge on the open market. Leonard Williams had a very strong second half of the year, but is he really worth $21 million per year? Adoree Jackson alongside James Bradbury is nice, but what they really need are receivers that can catch. John Ross, not a bad speculative option. Kyle Rudolph on a discount, not a bad foil for Ingram. The big catch, though? Kenny Golladay. An outstanding talent that has had some trouble staying healthy, but worth the contract he received. At this point, there are no more excuses for this offense not to perform. If they fail again, it will result in Gettleman's demise, as the Giants fan base cheers the evil man finally being defeated. Philly, welcome to cap hell. There were plenty of veterans to cast off to get under the cap, and the results speak for themselves. Let's be completely honest with ourselves, it was time for Carson Wentz to go. He has been freed from his curse, and the cost in the end is in a $30 million dead cap hit for the Eagles. Jesus Christ. Zach Ertz has had enough of the chaos as well. He's demanding out from whatever the hell Howie Roseman is doing. Why the hell is the GM still here? I thought the whole narrative was between Peterson or Wentz. Now they have neither. What's next on the docket? Bringing back Nick Foles for the Fields? I wouldn't put it past them as a PR move. Wait, even better. Joe Flacco, master of the arm punt himself. Not a better prize can be had. The name redacted. They want to prove that last year's playoff berth wasn't accidental, and this offseason is trying to show it. Alex Smith, you had a nice feel-good story, but it's time to get cut as a cap casualty. It was inevitable, but Taylor Heineke is back in a backup role, and on a decent pay raise, not bad for a few games' work. Their new leader, a legend among legends, Fitzception. The great tour around the world continues for him, and a stop in Washington is next on the docket. He'll get a new wideout to play with as well. The eternally underrated Curtis Samuel hiding away in Carolina, reuniting with Riverboat Ron. Panthers North is looking interesting for next year, and I think more moves are on the way. They just have to play out the market. I've said it repeatedly and I'll say it again. The Bears making the playoffs was the worst thing that could have happened to them. Staying stagnant for a team with limited upside and needing significant changes in personnel isn't the correct move. The only way to talk about it? Their quarterback saga. Embarrassed by one of the worst draft day trades and reaches in recent memory, Mitch Trubisky was cast aside to the halls of potential NFL bustum. Not really his fault, but Chicago has real fishes to catch. Cutting Kyle Fuller as a start in such an enterprise, but how about Deshaun Watson? The Texans don't want to trade him. Okay, how about Carson Wentz? This rumored trade is hated by everyone. It'll be perfect! Indy got him? Oh, we got it. Russell Wilson. Look at this massive offer we're giving. 3 first-round picks, a third, and 2 starters. Fuck! Seattle won't budge, huh? Oh, well, it was worth the spirited effort. Whew, all this speculation is exhausting. Fuck it, we tried hard enough. What bargain bin options are available to pick from? Another successful quarterback hunt for a team seeing red on a death spiral. Andy Dalton. We have reached another pivotal end in the misery of Lions football. Matthew Stafford, the polarizing figure in the NFL landscape, is gone. Earlier he had demanded a trade, and he received such a freeing prize. His new destination, Los Angeles. The Rams came a-calling and a desire to upgrade their signal caller, and the gunslinging Stafford should fit in well for McVay's system. The cost for LA was very, very steep. 2 first-round picks, a third, and Jared Goff. Detroit needed bribing to take on Goff's massive deal, and the extra first is payment for it. It's a bitter end to another prime athlete in Detroit, and probably signifies the beginning of yet another rebuild in the Motor City. My question, though, is for LA. How much of an upgrade will Stafford be? They paid a premium for him, but will it be worth the price of admission? Besides in 2-minute drills? There's the dilemma. The Packers are a cock tease. Despite all their talent and strong abilities, they still can't seal the deal in the NFC Championship game. Aaron Rodgers' time in Green Bay may be running short, and they know the time to strike is now. Aaron Jones is one of their key free agents heading into this offseason. Emerging as a legitimate bell cow, many would be lining up to secure his services. In a twist of fate, it's Green Bay who locked him down. For a 4-year, $48 million contract, Jones will be staying put as a Packer. This means the end for Corey Linsley here. A serious blow to the offensive line, but I'm guessing they'll address that issue in the draft. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And this deal kind of feels like that to me. Super Bowl or bust, Packers. You've already pissed off the average fan by bringing back Kevin King. Minnesota is in a bit of a mixed situation. They're having trouble generating sustained momentum, and there are serious questions about the team's long-term ambitions with some of the contracts they have on the books. The Vikings needed to fix holes on defense, and with 2 signings it should help a bit. Dalvin Tomlinson for the line and Pat Pete as a cornerback. Peterson is far from his prime, but if they see him as more of a number 2 corner, it shouldn't be too rough of a transition for him. Tomlinson and a returning Michael Pierce should shore up the interior well, but now a new question emerges. That of Danielle Hunter. He isn't happy with his current contract and has made his demands known. Give me a new deal or trade me. Hunter is a key cog to this defense. But does Minnesota want to pay him the premium he desires? Time will tell. Is Atlanta going to do anything this offseason? They were rumored to be shipping off Matt Ryan earlier, but a contract restructure will keep him here for at least the next year. Not much else on their front, though. Carolina is in the same boat. Rumored in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, nothing tangible has emerged yet. It's mostly been random depth signings to further foster the rebuild. The defense does get a boost in Denzel Perriman and Hassan Reddick, though. Not much else you can really say about these two right now. I think they might just be waiting it out. An age of the Saints has come to an end. After years of pain, despite massive expectations, the longtime general of the offense has gotten off the saddle. Drew Brees has retired. It was time, to be honest. He didn't look the same last year, and the serious injury he incurred just felt like 2020 was his last run. Now New Orleans deals with a cap hell that no one should ever experience. So far there's been bleeding, but nowhere near as much as I was expecting. They lost a lot of talent, but they managed to keep Marcus Williams around on a franchise tag, which is huge for the secondary. At quarterback, they are keeping with famous Jameis and Taysom Hill. It's a prove-it year for both of them. And they'll be expected to maintain the team's form as Brees goes to the broadcast booth. It's a career that will have Canton as its final resting place. And I just wish he got more than one ring to show for it. Farewell, soldier. Now rest. Tampa Bay, though, they are riding high after their gambles paid off. We know the rules of Brady. All the rings in the world are never enough. They must go for more. And there will be no end to this torment for the rest of the football world. Free agents, what are those? Most of them are coming back. Levante David and Shaq Barrett re-signed at a company-friendly rate. Chris Godwin franchise tagged as an excellent foil to Mike Evans. Gronk back on a 1-year deal. And Tom Brady himself extended at a strong discount, thank you, Solid Investing, and his deal is guaranteed until he's 45. There is no end in sight. We are all fucked. Thank you for listening to my rambling. God have mercy on us all. The Arizona Cardinals have long been the retirement home of the NFL and its players, yearning for one last paycheck or two before they go off to other ventures or coaching. Once again, the offseason is where they reinforce their aging goodness. J.J. Watt, the face of the Texans franchise trying to escape their clutches. Arizona will give him asylum for $23 million guaranteed. Hope he stays healthy. The same goes for AJ Green. Fitz is still in flux, but with a former star in AJ, it helps ease the blow if Larry chooses to retire. Rodney Hudson still underrated as a center acquired from the Raiders for a third-round pick. Matt Prater, the reliable kicker from the Lions, is a free agent. It's reinforcing those wonderful stereotypes. But some of them look to be good signings. Can they hold up, though? That's always seemed to be the issue in Arizona. With the Rams, we know about the trade for Matt Stafford, but one thing has been bugging me. They're shedding a good bit of talent on defense. John Johnson, Troy Hill, and Samson Ebukam are all gone. They did get one piece to return. Leonard Floyd is back after a strong year, but losing those secondary pieces will be tough. Thank you, depressed salary cap. To compensate, here is the deep ball maestro known as Desean Jackson. May his longevity reign supreme. San Francisco's main goal for 2021? Stay healthy. That's pretty much it. There are also some big holes to fill on the team. Weston Richburg is retired due to injury, key free agents are all over the place, and the debate rages on about Jimmy Garoppolo's future. In the meantime, though, they secured a good bit of their own free agents. Kyle Yuscheck, the last great fullback of the league, extended for several years. Trent Williams? He needs to be rewarded for his service. Try an extension that will make him the highest paid tackle in league history. At least until the next extension comes along in a few months. He'll go nicely along with their new Alex Mack. Please don't get injured to hell and back this year. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'd be packing my bags if I were you. You're probably being replaced in the next year or so. Russell Wilson has reached his wit's end with the Seahawks organization. He's grown tired of running for his goddamn life nearly every play, and has criticized the poor attention to the offensive line over the past decade or so. I'm gonna be honest here, he's not wrong. It's gotten so bad that Wilson requested a trade away to hopefully greener pastures. There were some serious offers for his services, particularly Chicago, but the Seahawks will not even consider them. They're right in this thinking. Trading Russell this offseason would be a huge mistake for both the team and Wilson himself. Did you see Chicago's pass blocking last year? It wasn't good. I hope they'll be able to mend this schism, but it looks like it could be an issue moving forward. Perhaps caving to Wilson's demands to sign Antonio Brown could help out a bit. Also, here's Gabe Jackson to hopefully help out the line. Good luck, Seahawks. You'll need it for the next few months.
Pressure coming again. Stafford nowhere to go. Now just firing it down the field. He's got a man down there, and it's caught. Hall has it. Morgan Hall shoved out of bounds inside the 10.